Hello. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Margaret Lloyd here. We're going to talk about abandonment issues. I listened to Tim Fletcher this morning. He is a very knowledgeable gentleman. He knows about this stuff. And I do believe that I have abandonment issues. I did as a child. My mother tells me that she took me to the doctor because I kept hitting my dad. Every time he came home from work, I would hit him. I didn't hug him. I would hit him as a child, as a young child. And in listening to Tim Fletcher, I believe that I was hitting my dad because he abandoned me. He was abandoning me. So he abandoned me when he went to work. He would abandon me when he'd go play golf because he wasn't with me. He wasn't doing anything with me. Then my parents divorced. That was abandonment. Then when I married my first husband, I left him before he could abandon me. And my second husband, the same. Now my third husband, Martin, I wanted him to leave. But he wouldn't. I wanted him to die, but he wouldn't. Or I wouldn't let him die. He had a heart attack. I could have just done nothing, not called 911, which is what I should have done. I should have just let him lay there in his pain and just die. But I didn't. I'm not that type of person. I am a caring person. I care about people. I care about their well-being. Therefore, I kept the motherfucker alive. So I could have 4 more years of his mistreatment. So, with abandonment issues comes trust issues. You have difficulty trusting people because you're so used to people abandoning you. Okay, that didn't do me any good. So you don't trust people. You don't trust people to stay with you. You don't trust that they will do you right. And a lot of times that's absolutely true. There are people out there that will say they want to be your friend and wind up taking that friendship and throwing it away. And unfortunately for me, when I meet someone and want to be friends with them, I get clingy. I need to not do that. But I get that way because I trust that people are going to leave me, that they're going to not give me the love and the care that I need from them. Because we need love and care from all of our friends, and we need trust and love and care from all of our friends. I don't care who you are, but if you're my friend, I need to know that you're not going to abandon me, desert me. But all the people that I thought were my friends have. Like, you know, you think you have, or you do have, a sister, and that sister would grow up and y'all would be friends. That was, growing up, that was my dream. Okay, that my sister and I would be friends for life. That's what you're supposed to be. Your sister is supposed to be your friend for life. You always have that friend. Your brothers and sisters are always supposed to be your friends. Well, my brother abandoned me. My brother and I, we were like this, two peas in a pod. Bestest friends. We didn't need other people out there. We didn't need other friends. We had each other. And we had so much fun. But he died. He left me. My sister blames herself, as she should, because it was her boyfriend that gave Mark the drugs that killed him. If he hadn't had drugs in his system that night when he went to sleep, he wouldn't have died. The drugs slowed down his body, that when he coughed in the middle of the night while he was sleeping, because he coughed and didn't have the wherewithal to sit up and blow his nose or cough into a Kleenex or whatever, he drowned. He choked on the fluids in his lungs, killed him. Because the drugs and alcohol suppressed his system. It slowed his system to the point that he couldn't get the stuff up and out of his system. Therefore, he died. And I found him 2 days later, dead in his apartment. That was a sad day. Okay, so So then I was married to Will Massey, and I divorced him because I thought he was cheating on me, and therefore I'll leave him before he leaves me. I always make that mistake. Should never be the first one to leave. The woman should never. I'm stupid. But. And then I married Wayne 2 years later. And he started cheating on me. And so I left him. I just try to find happiness with a man. And I've determined it ain't going to happen. Because then I met Martin. Charming, kind, lovable, caring, generous to a fault. And a man like that tried to kill me after 38 years of marriage. And I left him because he tried to kill me. Not because he had prostituted me, not because he harmed my children, but because he hit me and he tried to kill me. I don't give you a second chance on that. So, again, like I said, I don't trust a lot. I don't have a lot of trust in me. Fear of intimacy. Right now, yeah, absolutely, I have a fear of intimacy. Because all that has given me, taught me in my life, is that it causes pain. You know, why things pop up, I don't know. But something popped up, ad blocker. But anyway, fear of intimacy. You might avoid deep emotional connections due to a fear of being hurt or left again. Absolutely. I fear intimacy because to me, intimacy is equivalent to sex, constant sex, constant sex. I don't need constant sex. I want it once in a while when I want it, but I don't need it all the time. I haven't been intimate with anybody in almost 3 years. I haven't missed it any. You know, if I get the feeling, I got toys I can play with. Fear of rejection. Yeah. You might have an intense fear of rejection. And you might communicate this fear directly. Commitment issues. Oh, absolutely. I'm not committing to anything. You might have you might have difficulty fully committing to long-term or emotionally committed relationships. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me tell you what. Moving forward, you want to be my friend? Absolutely. You want to be my confidant? Absolutely. You want to you want to provide me with something? I can't trust that you will. Because I've seen it too many times where somebody will say they want to do something, they want to give you something, and they turn around and don't. I don't like people that do that. If I commit to you, if I tell you I'm committed to doing such and such, take that to the bank. Because I will. I'll do that. Difficulty feeling love. You might have trouble identifying and expressing your emotions. You might seem detached from your relationships. I truly, truly believe that I have trouble identifying and expressing my emotions recently, within the last couple of years. And I think that all comes from the abandonment and the feelings I had with Martin. I just couldn't get it together. I don't really, did I ever really love him? It's to the point maybe I didn't. Maybe it was just like, and now it's hate. People's pleasing tendencies. Oh, hell yeah. I'd do anything to make people happy. I did anything to keep people happy. Well, look what I did with my ex-husband. I fucked anybody he brought over or sent over or called over for years. It wasn't the right thing to do, but I did it because I thought I loved him. And I thought he loved me. But it's obvious he didn't, because if he had loved me, he would never have had me do what he was having me do. Low self-esteem. Oh, hell yeah. You might doubt your self-worth and fear that you're not deserving of love and care. Absolutely, I felt that way. I'd say the last 20 years of our marriage. I had such a low self-esteem. Every job I had, I could not, for whatever reason, I could not conquer it. I could not master it. I used to be able to master everything I did. I used to be great at whatever I was doing. After I would say the last 20 years, I mastered nothing. Now, if you ask Martin, I mastered fucking. I did a good job of that. But I don't feel that way because I didn't want to be doing what I was doing. Therefore, I never expressed my deserving of love. Difficulty expressing needs. I never told him what turned me on. I never was able to tell him what made me happy, what would make me happy. I never told him. He never asked. I just did. I just did whatever he asked me to do. Overanalyzing interactions. You might constantly overanalyze interactions with others, looking for signs of rejection or abandonment. And I did. In the guys I fucked, I looked for them to never come back again. But I did have several that were repeat customers. I probably could have told one of them what he was doing, and they might have tried to help. But I never trusted that I could tell anybody. I never trusted that I could tell any of the guys that were coming over that I was doing all this out of duress. I was being forced. I never was able to tell anybody that. Feeling insecure. You might feel insecure and have difficulty trusting others' intentions. Oh, absolutely. Moving forward, I'm not going to be able to trust somebody's intentions. If they say they really like me and they want to start dating, I'm not going to trust that that's all they want. I'm going to think they're trying to get something out of me. They don't want me. They don't want my love. I have this trust issue. I will have it for probably the rest of my life. Considering I have maybe 29 years left to live. I don't know. Only He knows. And God will take care of it. I know that God will help me through this. It just ain't going to be easy. And I know that. Experiencing feelings of extreme jealousy. Yeah. I've had some of that. Jealous that somebody has something that I don't have or I can't have. I feel that jealousy. I don't like it. I try to make it go away. And I know eventually it will. Because there's no room for jealousy in this world. There's room for happiness, but there's no room for jealousy. Being clingy with partners or loved ones. I think we've all been clingy at one point or time, but it's not a good thing to do because you, as the person, doesn't want someone clinging to you. And you don't want to be the person that's clinging to them. You want to be the person that cares, that loves, and that continues on their life. Okay. Okay. So here's another. Fear of rejection, difficulty trusting, over-dependent on others, seeking constant reassurance and validation to alleviate your fear of being abandoned. That's what we all do. Being possessive, fearing others will replace you or abandon you for someone else. Subconsciously, you might sabotage your relationship or opportunities of fear that you'll be abandoned once others see your flaws or imperfections. Emotionally sensitive. Small conflicts, disagreements can trigger intense emotional reactions, and oh yes, they can. Had one yesterday, and at the end of the argument, I told my son that I didn't like myself, didn't like the way I was behaving. Difficulty coping being alone. Being alone can be particularly distressing, as it may intensify feelings of abandonment and loneliness. That's true, but I kind of like being alone at times because it gives me a feeling of peace.
I'm here.
Clinging to past relationships. I have done that, and it's not a good thing to do. It's not good for you. It's not good for them. It's because you're out of that relationship for a reason, and you need to let go of it. I remember when Wayne and I split up. I kept driving by his house. I don't know why, but I did. Yeah, the past relationship may have given security, but is that the right security that you need? So if any of these traits, feelings are a bother or in your life, then you need to find help. We all need help. I believe group therapy is great. That's going to be my next thing I want to work on, is get into some group therapy. I'll do a couple of live sessions and we can all chat together. But that's enough of that. I think we're all going to be okay. We just have to keep working on it. I work on it daily. I listen to Tim Fletcher every single day. He gets me. I'm going to try to do his lift online, but we'll see. Kind of costly. Kind of $1,100. Yeah, I ain't got it. I need this help, but I cannot get it. Maybe I have to look elsewhere. Peace, love. Please stay healthy. Keep your mind open. And listen. Know that I love you. Take care of yourself. Peace.